Sports Snippets, Dennis Sullivan on a Sunday, the 10th of May. Happy Mother's Day to you moms out there as well. I'm here to talk to you about the 2020 NFL draft that took place. What an event. What an event, guys. Also, sharing some coffee with you. I have a little bit left. Very nice. On this early Sunday afternoon, here on May 10th, 2020. Let's talk a little NFL draft, guys. Now, the event itself, I thought was done very, very well, considering this was a virtual event, unlike we've never seen. Thought they did a great job getting feedback from the general managers and the coaches at home on their laptops. It's really where, talk about technology coming to life. I mean, it was very well done. Again, we just had it was a virtual event. It was done fantastically. Wanted to add that. The start of the draft, 2020 NFL draft, first round, no surprises. Joe Burrow goes first, Chase Young goes second. No surprises there. Congratulations, Cincinnati Bengals and Washington Redskins. Pick 5, we weren't sure where the Dolphins would go because we knew 5 and 6 were going to be quarterbacks. Nothing's a guarantee, but it was pretty much etched in stone that Dolphins-Chargers would get whoever the Dolphins didn't pick at 5, and those two players were Tua or Justin Herbert. Dolphins select Tua as the 5th pick overall in the draft, leaving the Chargers with Herbert. Is Tua going to be better than Herbert? We don't know the answer to that. My best vibe right now, guys, is that they both have a very good chance at becoming very good quarterbacks in the league, both of them. And they're different. Herbert's a big guy. He's more of your prototypical modern day quarterback, if you will. Where Herbert's more, he's just a big, strong guy, and he's got some good physical tools as well, no doubt. This was a draft that had tremendous amounts of talent at the wide receiver position. And in the second round, we saw a lot of the talent at running back come into play. The next segment of feedback, when I discuss mainly the first and second round, is really just the notes that I made, what I found to be interesting. I'm not going to mention every single wide receiver taken in the first round. There were a decent amount, though. But before we get into the position players, which I am mainly going to focus on, which was just a little bit more interesting to me, pick number 11, first round, for the New York Jets, very interesting. They would select offensive tackle from Louisville, Mekhi Becton. Very interesting pick. They showed video highlights of this guy sprinting. Unbelievable. I've never seen in my life anyone of that size. He goes about 6'7", almost 370 pounds. Never saw anyone of that size run so well. I mean, it was to the point where the footage that I saw, he was basically fast. Can't say exactly how quick his 40 was. Don't want to be off on that one, but he can run, guys. For a guy that's 6'7", close to 370, unbelievable. Wanted to add that. That was unbelievable. The first round would feature a couple of Alabama wide receivers that would be picked 12th and 15th, respectively, in the first round. Henry Ruggs III would be the 12th pick in the draft, going to the Las Vegas Raiders. Pick 15, Jerry Jeudy, would go to the Denver Broncos, also from Alabama. CeeDee Lamb, the talented wide receiver from Oklahoma, who we remember from the college football playoff. He was selected 17th overall by the Dallas Cowboys. Justin Jefferson, a very talented receiver who we also do remember from the college football playoff. From LSU, I'm sorry. He was picked up by the Minnesota Vikings. You look at Justin Jefferson, actually all 4 of those receivers, they could step in right away, really, as far as being an impact wide receiver for their teams right away. Really, all four of those guys. Big topic of the first round would center around the Green Bay Packers and their pick where they would move up a few spots to select number 26 overall, Jordan Love from Utah State. Then, of course, the floodgates opened in the media. What's going to happen to Aaron Rodgers? What's going on here? My best guess is this, and I'm guessing. It doesn't seem like Aaron Rodgers is going anywhere right now. I would say he has another year or two maybe on the Packers, and then in all likelihood, he could still play beyond that. Will he play beyond that? Only Aaron Rodgers could really answer that question at that point. My best guess is he goes another year or two on the Packers and then will play somewhere else, a la Tom Brady. As far as Jordan Love goes, interesting pick. Interesting pick. And, if you move up in the first round a couple of spots, yeah, I mean, you're definitely thinking of that player as being really your future at that position of quarterback. So, hey, this could really work out. Well, time will tell, everyone. The last pick of the first round was pretty interesting. Another LSU player, Clyde Edwards-Hilaire, the talented running back. He would be the first running back to be selected, everyone, in this NFL draft. Would Clyde Edwards-Hilaire be? And he would be that last pick of the first round. Second round, which I'm telling you right now, in my humble opinion, it was really more as interesting as the first round, maybe even more interesting than the first round. It would get started very, very, very interestingly with T. Higgins, the wide receiver from Clemson, would be picked up by the Cincinnati Bengals. So you have Burrow, who they picked in the first round, the quarterback, and now T. Higgins, building for the future. Could this be the wide receiver quarterback combo of the future? It could be. It could be. T. Higgins, I am surprised that he would be picked 33rd overall, first pick of second round. I would think he would have been picked up a little bit earlier than that in the first round. But you know what? I think the Bengals got themselves a nice player for the years to come. Michael Pittman Jr., another wide receiver, would get picked second in the second round by the Colts, the Indianapolis Colts. DeAndre Swift, the second running back selected in this draft, he would go third in the second round from the University of Georgia, picked by the Detroit Lions. Something tells me DeAndre Swift's going to be an impact player right away. He's going to get plenty of touches, plenty of time right away in the system of the Detroit Lions. The fourth pick, everyone, in the second round. Sorry, I dropped my notes there. Sorry about that. Xavier McKinney. I noted him. He's a very highly respected safety from the University of Alabama, getting selected by the New York Giants at pick number 4 of the second round. I put that on my notes. He looks to be a very, very solid safety in the NFL. Has a very good chance of being a very good player in the league for the years to come. I like that pick by the New York Giants. Jonathan Taylor. As we recall, the much celebrated running back from the University of Wisconsin, numbers don't lie with him, guys. He's one of the most accomplished running backs in college football history, had a tremendous career for Wisconsin. He would be picked up. The Colts also would get that 9th pick in the second round and select him. So Colts did themselves a nice service here in that second round by landing 2 pretty good position players. At least looks like they have a really good shot at being nice additions to their team. In Pittman Jr. at the second pick of the second round, and then Jonathan Taylor, the 9th pick of the second round. Chase Claypool would go 17th in the second round. Okay, I noted that because he's a wide receiver from Notre Dame, right? I noted this because he was picked up. This was a Pittsburgh Steelers selection. The Steelers, as you recall, have had some very, very good picks in the NFL draft over the past 10, 15, 20 seasons, and very good at the wide receiver position, excuse me, and very good. They seem to be very good judges of talent at that position as well. Um, so for that reason, for the history, really, and just considering Ben's going to be there, the chance. I like his chances of being a very respected, very effective receiver in the league, guys. Pick number 20 of the second round. This is very interesting. Cam Akers from Florida State, another well accomplished. Numbers are there. I mean, he put up awesome numbers in college at Florida State. He would be the 20th pick of the second round going to the Los Angeles Rams. Let's not forget, Todd Gurley is now departed. Could Cam Akers step right in and start even in Los Angeles for the Rams? I would say he's got a very good chance at that. Cam Akers could be an impact player at the running back position right away. We'll see what happens there. I'll mark that as in the top 3 interesting picks, really. Definitely in the top 5 interesting picks in the entire NFL draft. Cam Akers going 20th, second round, LA Rams. J.K. Dobbins fell a little bit in my humble opinion. He would fall to 23rd in the second round or 55th overall. As you recall, he's a very talented running back from Ohio State University, would get picked up by the Baltimore Ravens. That could definitely be a steal pick in this draft. Very easily, the Ravens could wind up, this could be one of the big steals in the draft. Like that pick by the Baltimore Ravens. Last but not least, everyone, Jalen Hurts. He would get picked 21st in the second round. Let's talk about this real quick. Philadelphia Eagles would select quarterback Jalen Hurts from Oklahoma. As we recall, he played at Alabama, transferred over to Oklahoma, had a tremendous season last year, led his team into the college football playoff. Of course, they were overmatched by the LSU Tigers. But Jalen Hurts was a tremendous player in college. The first thing that you would think to yourself is, why in the world would the Philadelphia Eagles select Jalen Hurts when you have a still very young, up-and-coming Carson Wentz at quarterback? Well, after thinking about this for a couple of days, because at first, I have to tell you, I was sitting there going, why would they take him? Two things. One, he is definitely being groomed as the second string or backup quarterback in Philadelphia. Carson Wentz, let's keep this in mind, he does have a bit of an injury history there throughout the first few years of his career. So the Philadelphia Eagles are probably just saying to themselves, you know what, we need to get ourselves a good backup. Who can blame them? Just in case they have to go into the postseason or deep into the season or what have you with a quarterback other than Carson Wentz. Secondly, we're seeing a little bit more of as we saw with the Saints. Let's take a look at the Saints last year. Drew Brees, one of the greatest quarterbacks ever to play the position, would have a backup come in and play a couple of downs in a few different series and things like that. We could easily see this same type of effect and type of strategy used for the Philadelphia Eagles, whether it be wildcat sets or who knows, different sets, or maybe just coming in a regular pro set type offense. We don't know, but this seems to be one of the more up and coming, gaining popularity as of late type of setups where you would have a backup quarterback come in for just a quick couple of plays, give the starter a breather there for a few seconds. Jalen Hurts could easily fall into that role, and again, could easily become one of the better backup quarterbacks along the way and eventually starting quarterback based on who knows. I mean, the situations could work out, whether it be injury or what happens, where he becomes an effective starting quarterback in the league. So we got to wait and see on what happens there. Overall, guys, a very entertaining 2020 NFL draft. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to go ahead and finish my wonderful coffee here. I'm going to finish my coffee here early Sunday afternoon. And this is Dennis Sullivan. I will see you very soon. Hope you enjoyed the 2020 NFL Draft. Bye for now.